Draxhall Sports Complex in St. Anne is set to come alive when the defending champions, Mount Pleasant Academy, they host Waterhouse from Kasafa. And it's a clash of two of the big teams in the league. Yes, Mount Pleasant have only come to this level, and they only have one championship in their cabinet already, but they've established themselves as footballing royalty already. They are one of the top teams in the land, and as defending champions, they have added impetus, they have added pep in their step, and they'll do battle against one of the teams that for so long has represented the standard of football, of Premier League football in Jamaica. Waterhouse FC from Drewsland in the constituency of Western St. Andrew. The Rasta Lion, the Mount Pleasant mascot. And no games, just sports. The old motto of SportsMax, and the Rasta Lion bulging with muscles. Mount Pleasant, the fans bursting with pride. They are so happy to wear the hat of defending champions. It used to be a thing in the past when the Mount Pleasant team went to play away to the big teams. They would always fall silent when hit with the jibe that, yeah, you have money and you're big, but you've never won a Premier League title. Nobody can look at them and draw for that jibe now. Nobody can say that they don't know what it's like to be champions, because they are the holders of the crown in the Premier League in Jamaica, and they intend to make the defense a successful one. Gladiatorial instincts will kick in. The players cross the white line. It's all about the next 90 or so minutes. Mount Pleasant, the defending champions, against Waterhouse. It's a blockbuster.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the playing of the national anthem of Jamaica.
As is customary for the feature matches in the JPL, the national anthem comes just before kickoff. Yeah. Rousing start to the proceedings here. Let's hope the football matches the qualities of the vocals on that rendition of the national anthem, Dwight Jeremiah. The first game was a slog. It was a snooze fest, let's be honest. I suspect this second game will be much different.
You know, it has to be different. It's first against 6, and these are two teams with pedigree. Yes, you can say pedigree because Mount Pleasant, they are the defending champions. Waterhouse, many time champions as well, and they'll be looking to make right their recent run of form. They lost after an early loss in the season. They've gone on to really go on a decent run, but has hit a snag in recent times, and you expect them to be good today.
So, here we are for this contest. The referees unit. And we're ready with the starting lineups now. Mount Pleasant will have Shaquan Davis in goal, Sule Makala, that versatile player, in the backline. Fitzroy Cummings, Jamoy Topi, Odean Murray, Kimoni Bailey, Ramon Howell, Marlon Allen, Romeo Guthrie, Demaria Phillips, where's number 10 in these parts, and Devontae Campbell, the outstanding winger, the lock picker supreme, the defense puller in chief, will play on the flanks for Theodore Tapper Whitmore.
Yeah, and any team coming here to play Mount Pleasant, the likes of Devontae Campbell and Kimoni Bailey. Kimoni Bailey are two players that they're going to have to deal with and nullify as best as possible.
For Waterhouse, Kamara Foster in goal, Nicoy Christian, formerly of Dunbeholder, well, formerly of so many teams, Andre Fletcher, Kenley Deacon, Elvis Wilson, Denardo Thomas, Navardo Blair, Andre Smith, Keithy Simpson, the veteran, Jermaine Morgan, and Damian Binns for coach Marcel Gale.
Well, you keep an eye on the left and right back here because their hands are going to be full, because I just mentioned Kimoni Bailey and Devontae Campbell. They'll be terrorizing any right or full back, left backs that are on the opposing team. So they're going to have to be on their A game, because those are two players that Mount Pleasant will look to find with regularity.
Referee Alexi Perry. A running joke with referee Perry's name. But anyway, we're underway here at the Draxall Sports Complex. And Jamoy Topi launches this one long for the defending champions, Mount Pleasant, playing in blue and white. Waterhouse in their traditional colours, the yellow with the blue stripes. And just a dash of white in there as well. Well, I'm colorblind these days. There's no white on the Waterhouse jerseys. There's just blue and yellow. The white is on the Mount Pleasant gear.
Yeah, unless you want to go down to the base of the socks right at the ankle there. The grip socks that Waterhouse players have on, it's white.
There you go.
So I'm bailing you out here.
That's what friends are for. Elvis Wilson under pressure. Cummings, lovely first touch by the centre half. Plays it back to his central defensive colleague, Jamoy Topi. Always looks lumbering when he runs, Jamoy Topi. But he is quick. And then he reads the game so well. Guthrie. Bailey can't get his first touch. This is Binns. To Denardo Thomas. Nicoy Christian. The idea was good. He was trying to hit Morgan with the first time ball over the top, but he got too much underneath it, and he acknowledges that he didn't pass the ball well enough, Nicoy Christian. Where's the number made famous worldwide by Michael Jordan, 23, but the number made famous in world football by Dwight Jeremiah? Who made number 23 famous as a football number?
No idea.
David Beckham, when he went to LA Galaxy. I know if you were paying attention, you'd have gotten it, man. But you were busy writing down on your note, which is why I took advantage. I took advantage of a point when you were vulnerable to ask you the question.
That's unfair.
There's Theodore Tapper Whitmore, one of the finest footballers Jamaica and the Caribbean has produced, will ever produce. Former national coach and a Premier League champion.
And a double World Cup goal scorer.
Oh, yes. A Premier League champion as a player and a Premier League champion as a coach. Here's Allen for Mount Pleasant. Can't link up with his former Arnett Gardens teammate Romeo Guthrie, but Sule Makala bursts forward for Mount Pleasant. Checks back. Goes well, winding up the shot with the right foot, but he hit some turf as he swung through, followed through with the kick. Harmless in the end.
Yeah, and I did make mention for Mount Pleasant the likes of Bailey and Campbell. For Waterhouse, you're talking about Javane Bryan with some 6 goals already in the Premier League. As joint leading goal scorer he is. And Nicoy Christian along with Fletcher. These players are going to be vital for Waterhouse.
Morgan can't get there because Cummings was hustling across. Fitzroy Cummings enjoying his football at Mount Pleasant. And some good players for Mount Pleasant can only get a place on the bench. That's how good this aggregation is. I was talking to a guy the other day and he was telling me that, boy, the side is not so hot. And I'm saying, man, can you read? Can you read a piece of paper with names on it? Look at that Mount Pleasant team and tell me it's not the best squad in the land.
Easily. I mean, they missed some players when they went away on international duties. And it was just seamless in terms of how they went about their business and winning comfortably.
There's no other team in the country that has the caliber of Melvin Doxley, Leonard Rankin, Shandy James, Acosta Chung, Kimani Campbell, and a Tafaroy Bygrave on the bench.
Yeah.
Nobody has that.
Walk into most other teams.
Every other team, those players walk into every other team. Do you imagine how much of a difference Lime Hall and Malines would be with a Bygrave in their team?
Yeah, those are really good players to have. Luxury, abundance of talents and riches, literally as well, the club.
Devontae Campbell got his first touch after a battle. This is Ramon Howell, formerly the Waterhouse skipper, so he's meeting old friends today. Topi being hurried by McCoy Christian, but it's back with Waterhouse in the midfield. Andre Smith finds Denarda Thomas. He's fast, Denarda Thomas. He's tough. Good player. Likes a dribble as well. And when he's on, he's fire. The Waterhouse man. McCullough combining with Howell. Lucky to get this ball out to O'Dane Murray, formerly of Humberland. That's a team he came into the Premier League with. Had his ankle stabbed by Christian. Christian is one of those players who gives referees a hard time. He argues everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. There's Marcel Gale, the Waterhouse head coach, former national youth coach as well. And of course, one half of the duo that have done so well with St. George's College over the years, assistant to the Don, Neville Burtis Bell.
He knows he's picking a tough game to really try and kickstart his season again.
Good first touch by Campbell. Campbell puts the cross in. It's met by Elvis Wilson on the stretch, and he had to. Devontae Campbell, there's just an ease, almost lackadaisical, but it's not that. There's just an ease with which he goes and plays the football. You know he's a good player from the way he moves.
Yeah, and he has so much speed about him. He gets some good balls into the box. That volley that Campbell scored, well, Kimoni scored in that game, was across from Campbell. Kimoni Bailey, that is, who latched on it in this game, in the goal that they're now attacking Mount Pleasant.
Andre Fletcher botched the pass as Waterhouse looked to counter-attack just now. Fletcher was off Waterhouse, then off Mount Pleasant, now off Waterhouse again. And as we've seen them so many times before this season, Mount Pleasant, they monopolize possession, they settle into that rhythm, and then they give this man the ball and he hurts defenses. This is Devontae Campbell. McCullough. Demario Phillips from range. Didn't catch it cleanly. It was off target anyway. But he can strike them. And Morgan had his ankle tapped by Sule McCullough. And he wins the free kick for Waterhouse, and he's applauded by his head coach, Marcel Fuzzy Gale, for his positive play. That's the Mount Pleasant bench. They're seeking shelter from the sun, them boys. There's Doxley, the St. Lucian, smiling. And Shandy James sitting beside him. Game changers in abundance, waiting in the wings for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, Waterhouse will tell you they have their game changers as well, because Javane Bryan, he starts on the bench today. So they have him to call upon.
Here's Bailey. Scored a goal of the season candidate the last time we were here, although Jeremiah keeps telling me that there was an Mbappe-esque finish that he applied in a previous game that he thinks is better than that.
Yeah, and he had one at Arnett Gardens as well.
So he has a few.
He has a reel for himself.
A one-man goal of the season competition.
Yes.
Kimona Bailey says, well, pick any 5 of mine and you can choose from among those.
Yeah, he's doing that good now. 4 goals so far this season, and you bet he's going to score more. Has the service behind him. And to think he's playing from a wide position.
Murray's ball to Allen. Back to Murray. Guthrie doesn't want it. Not there. So Murray goes back to Topi. Phillips making himself busy in the middle of the park. This is Howell and Bailey. Bailey's pass is bad though, only as far as Fletcher. And Phillips was dragged back by Morgan. So Mount Pleasant have settled into their rhythm already.
I don't think Waterhouse will be bothered too much by it as long as they can keep their shape. They would have come here expecting, especially in the early parts of this one, an onslaught. Not so much so maybe because of the condition, but the monopolizing of possession is something they would have anticipated as well. I think you see them in a 4-4-2 shape without the ball. 2 banks of 4 and 2 to do the initial press.
Bailey's cross, trying to pick Devontae Campbell out. It's long though, and Fletcher will just allow it to run into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant.
Coming off 2 successive consecutive losses here, Waterhouse. 1-0 to Arnett. Started that game well, but should have had a penalty in that one. Odette Hamilton didn't see Amos's deliberate handball in the box. Walk away 1-0 losers after Arnett got 3 red cards in that game. Still couldn't score, Waterhouse. And then they lost recently to Humberland by a goal to 0. Maybe that's why Javane Brown is on the bench. Maybe drew a blank in those 2 games. He's still their leading marksman and joint in the league, so you expect him to play some part today.
Phillips forward to Allen. Allen checking inside and closed down by Elvis Wilson. Kept alive though. Bailey off the left foot, the ball sat. But on him in a flash was Damian Binns, knowing what Kivoni Bailey is capable of. And in the end, he rushed at the shot, the Mount Pleasant man, and sent it high.
And you could see hear the reaction of the fans here, because they knew that that was a chance for Bailey to score what would have been another spectacular strike as well. He was outside of that 18-yard box, about the top of that D. So yeah, he was looking to line up and to get his 5th goal of the season.
Deacon with the throw for Waterhouse to Morgan. Christian. Binns comes wide to Blair. Thomas overhead kick, acrobatic. A for effort. Wide. And he landed heavily. Denardo Thomas.
It was good work from Blair as well, because one time, once he was closed down by Bailey, decided to hit it early here. Yeah, not bad intentions there. And then Thomas, yeah, looking for the spectacular, didn't make the connection he so desired. But I'm already saying to you, they will be a threat here, Waterhouse.
Given away by Murray. Forward to Christian. Doesn't have the wheels to get there though. And Phillips trying to work out to the back 4 Mount Pleasant. The fans don't like them playing around in the back. One man just said, won't do. But calm from Mount Pleasant. And now Sule McCullough can move things further forward. Give that responsibility to Mario Phillips. Now Murray. Unhurried Mount Pleasant. And yeah, Phillips, that had to be a foul. He was on the floor tackling.
Yeah.
And tackling Andre Smith on the floor. Referee Perry deeming it to be a free kick. Keithy Simpson may have a big assignment in February when Jamaican are expected to go to the polls in the next local government elections. Calls himself Councillor Keithy Simpson, affiliated to one of the two major political parties. Makes no secret of it, as is his right, and he shouldn't make a secret of that. He supports who he supports. Outstanding footballer, and trying to give up service to his country through the municipal corporation. But today's not the day for that. I'm just telling you for context. Here is Blair. Murray put the tackle in. This Binns needs help. Wilson trying to hit Fletcher, but Suli McCullough read it and sends Devontae Campbell sprinting away, but it was too far forward for Campbell. It comes to him though. Here is Marlon Allen. Allen trying to work the room for the shot. Still Allen! Oh, that would have been a glorious goal. Lovely feet from Marlon Allen in tight quarters. Maneuvered the ball away from the Waterhouse defenders. Got the shot off, but he was leaning back as he made contact. And that's what caused it to lift above the crossbar.
Beautiful footwork here from Allen. That was a relationship that was made in heaven. Yeah, lovely relationship between a ball and a foot there. And yeah, weaving his way through like a needle, stitching itself, or stitching the cloth together. So he was weaving his way in and out and almost stitched the net, as we say.
Simpson. Morgan's touches, good. Protection of the ball even better. Excellent front row play from Morgan. Beautiful switch from Christian. Fletcher's control not so good, but he works its way to Binns. Binns, oh, he trod on the ball, Damian Binns. Unfortunate, just as he was looking to burst further into the 18-yard box. Meanwhile, Cummings, well, Howell swept this forward. It was a great idea because Devontae Campbell would have been running into a lot of space. 68% of the ball, well, 68% of the time so far in this game, the ball has been with Mount Pleasant. That's what we meant when we said earlier that they were monopolizing possession as per usual.
Waterhouse, you see, on the break, on the counter, will remain a threat here to Mount Pleasant, so they have to be mindful of that and have enough cover.
Denardo Thomas running into a crowd and taking control of the ball. This is Smith. Christian protects it well.
Before that, George, with Thomas, he waved his foot a couple of times without touching the ball, and it's like a one that just froze the opposing player just to watch the magic one being waved, and just like that he got out of trouble.
Yeah, as we see Nicole Christian go down with the ankle injury from this play. O'Dane Murray following him in field.
I think pretty much his own doing.
Yep.
Not pretty much. Nothing great there for them to complain about a card for that. So Marcel Gill in communication with the foot official.
Keithy Simpson will have a shot from distance. Thought about it. This is Blair. Flights the cross across. Well, flights the cross met by Topi. This is Christian. And Cummings tidies up. Binns over the top to Fletcher. McCullough hunting him down. Fletcher's touch is poor. So 68% possession for the home team. As I said, they have settled into their rhythm, Theodore Whitmore's boys. And they're working up that head of steam to damage, mortally wound this Waterhouse team. And by doing that, they score. Haven't done that yet, but they'll think that they're getting there. Howell. Murray wants it, near side. Topi. Bailey. Lovely touch, and his heels are clipped by Smith. Will this be a yellow card? It was a coming together. Smith, I don't think he was trying to foul him. But
no, but did stop a very promising play. And if he were to be shown a yellow card, wouldn't be surprised. But it seems like that is not coming. Maybe because it was a recovery run being made and inadvertently he clipped the heels of Bailey.
Phillips controlling this free kick, you would think, despite Topi's presence. Phillips may just curl this towards the back post for one of the onrushing Mount Pleasant players. There are 4 of them in the box. Or he may just allow Topi to go for goal from this range. It's going to be Topi. It shouldn't have been Topi.
They do say hindsight is 2020. But maybe you'd have seen something much earlier, George.
Murray got his chest in the way of Keithy Simpson's pass. Smith comes short side, isn't used by Blair, who goes to Morgan, but Phillips heads away, defending well Demaria Phillips. Phillips, Bailey, and Nicoy Christian of Waterhouse used to hunt together for Dun Beholden. A tough Roy Bygrave on the bench. Used to be with the same unit, and they made magic together. Lovely run by Elvis Wilson. Ooh, he drives his shot wide. But that was brave and good and positive from the central defender.
Yeah, once he drew it away from the Russian defender, yeah, he was going to let fly, and he did. And it was with pace. Yeah, there you see, just once he brought it. Yeah, had to hurry in the end, though. It's been closed down, but...
There's Bailey, through to Allen. Allen trying to work the angle for the shot. Doesn't like the angle. Bailey. Phillips, what can he do from here? Phillips. Good block by Denardo Thomas. Very good defending. Makala to Howell. Ran away from him, so he has to go wide to Murray. And Blair tracks back to give up the corner kick to Mount Pleasant.
And such is their attack, Mount Pleasant, committing all of 8 players in that sequence of attack there. So confident in going forward. Mount Pleasant, when they do lose it, they hound you very quickly to regain possession because the fact that they have committed all of 8. And they're a bit exposed.
Bailey will take the corner kick. Swings it to the back post. It's met by Cummings almost. Just mistimed his jump by a fraction, the big centre half. And it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a dangerous moment there for Waterhouse. Foster looked second best all the way with that cross coming over. Always looking to chase it in that sequence of play. Never looked favoured to get there. And it was good that the header was not directed across goal because he would have struggled.
Simpson forward to Thomas. Smith forward to Morgan now. I like how Morgan has been protecting the ball so far for Waterhouse. It's what you want your centre half, your centre forward to do. Cummings under pressure. Pushed over, wanted a free kick. Referee wasn't interested, and this ball almost landed for Andre Fletcher, but Sule McCullough, as he has done so far this afternoon, has had Andre Fletcher's number.
Yeah, I had to get that touch on that one because it would have fallen right into the chest of Fletcher.
Good touch by Thomas to work himself some space. Campbell, look at him defending Devontae Campbell. Impressive from the winger.
Yeah, and you have to do that in a system they're playing here. He comes back to give some help so they don't have to pull the 2 central midfielders out of position, and their wing players will come back to give some help to the wing backs. He has a lot of energy too. He's very youthful, Devontae Campbell.
So you had more energy in your youth than you do now? The answer is yes, but you know how to use, you know how to make more judicious use of your energy now, is
yes,
what you should say, Mr. Jeremiah.
Most definitely, but I had so much that I still have a lot.
Yes, sir.
It's always relative when we say a lot.
But that wasn't the question. Here's Sule Makala, infield to Howell. Phillips, man on, the shout from the crowd, and he's pushed over by his former teammate. And Nicoy Christian is going to go into the book for his aggressive challenge on Demario Phillips.
Let's see here. The hand going out, yeah. Didn't seem to have much malice in it yet, but
referee Perry explaining to Damian Binns why he had to book Christian.
Christian will never agree, no matter how long the explanation goes on for.
Of all the Premier League players I've seen the ones who I'm sure the referees dislike the most. Used to be a player at Humberland called Hugh Howell.
They have one there still at Clennon.
Oh yes. And they had one at Tivoli. Jermaine Teddy Johnson, my God, he was a referee's nightmare. Good afternoon, Teddy, wherever you are. One of the most outstanding players produced by Jamaica. A star not just in Jamaica, but in the lower leagues in England. And arguably, the best dribbler we've ever seen in this Premier League, whoever the sponsor. And the only reason it's arguable is because you may have had a player, a season or a few, who was outstanding, but consistently they didn't make them like him. Good field or bad field, he would run through any midfield, any defense. And for me, it's not arguable, but some people would say, well, what about so-and-so? But yeah, Teddy Johnson is the dribbler supreme. Jeremiah searching his memory bank to see who he can nominate alongside Teddy Johnson. He's coming up blank.
I'll leave it at that. I'm agreeing.
Here's the Mario Phillips for Mount Pleasant, rather. Murray trotting up this touchline, giving his defenders an avenue to advance the play. This is Bailey. Midfielder Guthrie. Left the ball behind momentarily. Bailey. Working from deep. Phillips. Tackled quickly. Very, very quickly. The man got to him. That was Kenley Deacon. And adjudged to have fouled Deacon. And Binns Binns talks himself into the book because he felt that Deacon was fouled. And referee Perry says, you're giving me too much lip. I'm the man in charge. You are playing. You play, I referee.
Yeah, they want to ensure that they stay on the park. They would have seen a first hand up against Arnett Gardens, a game they lost, but some foolish cards were given or taken rather by the players early in the game, Arnett players, and they ended the game with some 8 players on the park.
Well, I tell you what, the Waterhouse head coach, Marcel Gill, just below our commentary point, is complaining. He's saying that this is not good because it's a case where the players can't ask the referee why he made a decision, or they can't say, what's that? Because he's arguing that that's what his players are saying, what they are doing, and the referee's booking them for just asking questions.
He's on the touchline. We're just behind him. Didn't hear clearly what the players said.
And I'm taking no advice from you because you're just as bad. You do this in a schoolboy football campaign. You're no angel, Jeremiah. I've heard about you. You give the referees hell.
No, it's good reason, with good reasons.
Simpson, short. To Smith, back to goalkeeper Foster, who wants his players to spread to give him passing options. Here's Elvis Wilson for Waterhouse. Deacon. He's bursting down that right-hand side for Waterhouse, but the ball didn't arrive.
What we're seeing good for Waterhouse is the rotation of... I'll get back to that.
Fletcher trying to set Binns. The ball wouldn't run for him though. And here's Marlon Allen waiting for support. Does very well to hold possession, Marlon Allen. Oh, Allen follows through. Maybe a card here. Yes, he gets the card, Marlon Allen. And Bailey's down, and he seems to be hurt, Kimoni Bailey, the Mount Pleasant forward.
Wondering if something off the ball that
no,
it would have been off the ball for Bailey.
Yeah, he stepped. I think he stepped and twisted his ankle. We'll see the replay just to confirm.
Yeah, the surface here is not the best on the surface here at Vauxhall. Coach Whitmore there, not too pleased with what his team has displayed so far. We see Bailey, yeah, he would have to go back a touch, but definitely a rolling of the ankle somewhat. And then we see...
You'll see him in shot running across. Well, that's what Allen was booked for, and that's a foul, on Blair.
But we saw Bailey just above or just about the halfway line.
Made a bad step.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marcel Gale is having a conversation with the fourth official. Perhaps expressing his disgust at the calls that have gone against his team. Meanwhile, as this breaking play is with us, if you're watching on TV, you can reach for your smartphone, your Android or your Apple phone, Google Play Store or App Store, and download the SportsMax app today. Download it right now. Opens up a world of sporting offerings. Meanwhile, Marcel Gale is hammering at the referee, Alexi Perry, asking if nobody can talk to him. His exact words were, nobody can talk to you, bossy. Translation, can no one speak to you, sir? Meanwhile, Kimoni Bailey looks as if he's going to continue. No, he's going to continue. Asks for some water, he'll be fine. So Mount Pleasant down to 10. Bailey signals to the Mount Pleasant bench that he's good to go. Gets the magic spray, and he re-enters the fray. See what I did there? Spray fray. There you go. No. And he runs on back, and he immediately signals that he needs to be changed. So Kimoni Bailey goes down outside of your shot. He took 3 steps, Kimoni Bailey, and then he hopped and did the universal sign for substitution. And there he's rolling around. He's done for the day. And he's distraught, Kimoni Bailey.
And it's a bad injury then you feel, because normally we test it with the injuries. If they can make 3 steps comfortably, then you feel that it's not so serious. On that occasion, you're right. The third, he started collapsing from the second. And it is the left foot as well. And that's worrying for Malines. He's distraught because he knows he's in a rich vein of form. He knows that he's playing probably the best he has played in his Premier League career.
Well, I can go further than that. Not probably. This is a completely different player from the wild, uncoordinated guy who came to the Premier League with Dunbeholden.
Yeah.
And who was a bundle of energy but didn't pass particularly well, didn't make the right decisions on the ball. Would give you a lot of work rate, but wouldn't give you precision and accuracy and wouldn't score goals. But he's a completely different player. And yeah, Jeremiah is right. Because of his rich vein of form and because of the competition on the bench,
yes,
he's not sure if when he gets fit he'll get his game back.
Yeah, somebody goes in and they just take advantage of it, and it's a long way back.
Meanwhile, Okosa Chung is stripped and ready, the former Harbourview striker. See one of the SportsMax staff assisting. Well, they're just trying to free the SportsMax cables. Meanwhile, at the back post, Keithy Simpson. Ball came off the top of his head. Harmless in the end to the Mount Pleasant defense. Okosa Chung gives the referee his papers, and he is ready to replace Kimoni Bailey. So injury enforced change for Mount Pleasant in the 34th minute.
Yeah, Bailey won't add to his reels of goals this evening. Someone else will have to step up and do that, and Mount Pleasant, they're short of personnel to be able to do that. Match winners all over the park.
Cummings. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was going to continue in terms of what I was saying about Waterhouse. That was good. The rotation up front from the three players that I've seen. Their number 23 in Christian, their number 10 in Thomas, and their number 13, the striker Morgan, has been really good for Waterhouse.
Bailey still on the stretcher behind the Mount Pleasant bench, getting treatment. And yeah.
And George, as we heard the man in the public address system here saying that he needs the fans to wake up. It's one thing with Jamaican supporters, I get back to it.
Murray was trying to burst into the box. He's barreling his way through Waterhouse plays, but big Keithy Simpson is over there and takes charge of the situation and has won a free kick.
Yeah, so I was saying in Jamaica, we tend to, as a supporting cast, the fans, they make noise when the team is winning, and when the team is losing, they go quiet. But that's when the team needs them most, not necessarily so much so when they're winning.
You know, that observation has been met by this riposte from fans over time. The fans say, look, we pay to come here for you to entertain us. We didn't come here to make noise when you're playing badly. Yeah? So we came to watch you play well. So you see us in the stands, you should raise your game. So I'm not saying that they're right. I'm just saying what their logic is.
And the footballers and the club always say, well, those are the fans, not the supporters, real supporters.
Yeah, the fans are saying, did you think I hurried up cooking my dinner, showered, got dressed, paid to take transportation to come to cheer you on? No, I've come for you to entertain me. Meanwhile, Allen to Chang, offside.
And despite the offside and the fact that the shot was saved, that would have been good for Chang for his first real touch on target, making Foster work. You could see the smile on his face, and a touch, a palming off Allen. He feels good with that strike. And I've always said to players, when you come on the park, your first touch, if it's good, sets you up for a good game, or that first pass or that shot like Chang just did now. You expect him to kick on from here.
Yep.
Not playing centrally as he's used to most times, but part of the three behind the striker Marlon Allen, so he's playing on the right side of the three. They're more in a 4-2-3-1 shape, Mount Pleasant. But with that, because he's naturally a striker, he will go inside a lot, which will give the run to the overlapping wing back, which is happening now. See him picking up the ball inside.
Murray. Bernardo Thomas got back to shadow him and did very well. The Waterhouse attacker sends it up the other part of the field. Morgan waits for Christian. Oh, lovely pass by Nicoy Christian. Very beautifully weighted. This is Fletcher. He should have taken that down first time, but he lets it run and draws Cummings. Smith back to Fletcher. Binns now. What can Binns do from this distance? Simpson. Clear what he was trying to do. He was trying to find Fletcher, but Fletcher wasn't moving in the direction that Simpson's pass went.
Good recovery from Simpson there, because the goalkeeper Davis was looking to exploit the space he would have vacated coming forward to make that pass. Allen was looking to run in behind.
Again, Elvis Wilson shanks a pass into touch for a throw. Meanwhile, Nicoy Christian is throwing a tantrum outside of your camera shot as we look at those fans who've come out to support their champion team, Mount Pleasant. Proud they are,
to be entertained, as you said.
Oh yes, they came to be entertained. Which is why, in the movie Gladiator, Russell Crowe's character Gladiator, in the arena he said, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?" Yeah.
And
that's the purpose of it.
I agree as well that you come to a football game to be entertained. And teams will tell you they want to win, but the fans want to have reasons to come out for sure, not just to cheer you on.
And when Brian Lara was retiring after the 2007 World Cup, that game where he was run out, and they gave him the microphone at the end of that game, the question he asked the crowd, he said, "Look, all I want to know, did I entertain you?"
Yeah.
And they said yes.
That was
and
good
he
enough.
said, "That's good enough for me." So you see, Jeremiah, I'm making the case for the fans to say, I didn't pay my money to come and sit in the sun to cheer you on when you're struggling. I came for you to entertain me.
But for those who say they're supporters and want to have a voice in the club, those are the ones now who have to pay their dues. And maybe those are the ones which will have to, you know, when you have your supporters, organisation and group who wants to say, look at your favourite club, Manchester United, where supporters want to tell the Glazers how to run it.
Yes.
Well, if you're going to be able to do that, then you have to give something.
Absolutely so, which is why the PA man who is paid to whip up the crowd is whipping up the crowd,
yes.
or trying to. Christian, good strength, finds Thomas. Thomas thought about the shot for a moment. Christian takes charge once again. This is Christian looking for a pass. Can't find Morgan. And Chung. For a moment the break was on, but he's had to wait. Infield to Howell. Campbell hasn't seen much of the ball in this first half so far, Devontae Campbell. Phillips telling them that the switch was on, but nobody was looking across the field. Tunnel vision by the Mount Pleasant boys for now. This is Devontae Campbell.
And it's not going to be so effective coming to Phillips now, as we saw, because Waterhouse had the chance to shift across.
Bad touch by Allen. Gives it away to Christian. Guthrie fouled him.
Yeah, Allen needing to hold that one up better. I was looking to play the up, back and through. But the back pass wasn't good enough.
Here's Morgan.
To come through.
Topi had first run. And Topi collapses on the ball, exaggerates the fall and wins the free kick. To the 41st minute. We're still waiting for her first goal. We played 90 plus minutes, 96 minutes in the first game. So we played 136 minutes of football in 2 games, yet to see a goal. It's not her lucky day, Jeremiah.
Well, if it's one team that you expect to score, you can say, well, maybe we'll get one. It is Mount Pleasant. They have scored in every game that they've played so far. 6 games, 6 wins, 18 points, 7 points clear of the closest team on the table, which is Arnett Gardens.
Clever by Campbell, just knocking it off Deacon, and wins the corner for Mount Pleasant. And Q, the public announcer, telling the fans to give the boys some love as they take this corner. He says, wake up, build the vibes. And some Vuvuzela blowers have responded to his entreaty. Here's Devontae Campbell. Guthrie goes short, ignored. Campbell says he's going long with the free kick, and he does. Topi puts it back. Oh, a flick by Sule Makala. In the end, it missed by a lot.
Yeah, trying to be creative there, Sula. There's very little he could have done with it other than that attempt there. It was retreating and back to goal. I was hoping for the best. There's Bailey now. Was distraught earlier. Pensive there now, just thinking of what should have been and how he was looking to light up Jack Saul once more.
Yep, Waterhouse will breathe a sigh of relief now that he's gone. Here's Fletcher working at Makala, gets away from Makala, who stops him illegally. It's a free kick. The first time this afternoon Andre Fletcher has dribbled Sule Makala successfully. And he's upset that referee Perry hasn't brandished a yellow card.
And you know why he wants the yellow card? Yeah, because he knows if that's the case, there we see heavily strapped, ice on that left ankle of Bailey. Is that instep, that foot that has produced 4 beautiful goals this season.
Lovely first touch by Chung, but Keithy Simpson was in close quarters. Chung struck in the face, but Perry was close to it. He doesn't believe it's a head injury, it's a facial injury. Maybe struck in the eye or in the nose, but he just calls the play to a halt now.
Yeah, Marcel Gay was instructing Simpson to just slow it out, just hold on to it and either play it out or allow him to get some treatment. We have a look here. Yeah, the arm of Simpson came around inadvertently. That's a finger struck him across the eyes.
Davian Ferguson, assistant to Theodore Whitmore, prowling the touchlines for Mount Pleasant.
We'll be hoping that he finds silverware at club level, because Well, didn't get the main one, the Man in Cup. I think he's in the Walker Cup this Friday, Walker Cup final against St. Andrew Technical.
Marcel Gale continues to hammer the referee, Alexi Perry.
And he's driving home his point that you can't even talk to them because he's saying the player just said what. And it's like he was being put down by...
From ever since Nicole Christian got that yellow card, Gale has been at the referee.
And he has been at them from down by Arnett Gardens when he didn't get that penalty in that game. He lost a goal to nil, and that Hamilton didn't see it, and it was so blatant from Amos. But we were saying maybe Fletcher, who took the shot, was blocking the sight of referee Hamilton, Odette, but maybe that was just trying to bail her out.
Chong is back with us. I did tell you the story of, we were doing a game at the National Stadium with Tivoli Gardens when Teddy Johnson was still playing. And I said to him before the game, why are you like this against the referees? As we see Sule McCullough racing back under pressure from Deacon. We expect 2 minutes of stoppages, 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. I'll tell you that story another time. Here's Morgan for Waterhouse. Still Morgan in the box, he shoots! Didn't really catch it cleanly. And no danger for Davis in the goal for Mount Pleasant, as we see our fourth official indicating below our point. 2 minutes tacked on to the first half. Yeah, I was telling you that Teddy Johnson said that it's a strategy. He says before the game, one of the first things he wants to know as captain is who the referee is. Because he says, George, you have to work on the referee, you know. And depending on the referee, you know how much you can say, how much you can get away with. So he says 2 or 3 of them will decide, all right, I'll go first, then you come after. And it's a strategy. So he says, don't believe that when you see us hammering away at the referees just because we feel like talking. We know what we're doing. It's part of a strategy to ensure that we get the calls.
And I agree with them, because as a coach, I always like to know the referee that I'm going to work with. Sometimes I prepare my team in that way, and I conduct training as the man in the middle and behaving like that referee for them to get used to that referee.
Shaquan Davis is down for Mount Pleasant on the stroke of halftime. Sule McCullough has taken off his left boot. So 2 men down for Mount Pleasant as we get a shot of the Mount Pleasant clubhouse and the fans.
There is Crawford leaning on that column. He's coach of Cedric Titus. Hi. One of my fiercest rivals in schoolboy football at the group stage level in Trelawney. William Nib, Cedric Titus, yeah. But this game, you know, hasn't flowed as we would come to expect it, punctuated with a lot of stoppages, few injuries as well.
Blair to Binns.
Probably suits in Waterhouse more.
Yeah. Morgan taken out by Murray, but nothing illegal. In fact, it's a Mount Pleasant throw. The Waterhouse boys were expecting a free kick. Hard to drive from Kingston to St. Anne for games and get no goals, but I didn't get any goals in the first game, and in the first half of this contest I've got no goals either. 0-0 at the break between Mount Pleasant, the defending champions, and Waterhouse. The game got choppy towards the last quarter of the first half. To Waterhouse's liking, as my analyst Dwight Jeremiah pointed out. Akwasa Chung, a first half substitute after Kimoni Bailey went out injured, injuring his left ankle, and yeah, Waterhouse would have been happy to see the back of the Mount Pleasant danger man. At the halftime break, no goals, stalemate. More after these.
Hello and welcome back to the National Stadium East Field as we prepare for the resumption of this matchup between Tivoli Gardens and Treasure Beach. Treasure Beach, they are trailing Tivoli by a goal to nil, courtesy of Justin Dunn, who has bagged his 7th of the season. And the second half is just about to get underway, but Leger Williams is still with me. I'd like to know your thoughts on the first half and what took place and what you're anticipating for the second.
Yeah, I think the game went pretty similar to what I expected. Tivoli Gardens came out, they were playing well, but the final action I think let them down on a couple of occasions. I expected to see them play with a bit more composure, taking a bit more risks. And for Treasure Beach, I think they need to focus on getting the transition sorted, because there have been openings, they just haven't taken their chances to get into certain areas well enough.
Second half has begun. Treasure Beach in the white and yellow will be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea and downtown Kingston. Tivoli Gardens will be going towards the Blue Mountain Range. Already a player is down for Treasure Beach here. Holding his head, Tavar Thompson. Obviously an off-the-ball incident, not sure exactly what happened there, but yeah, Keno Simpson somehow involved. Yeah, he's going to be taken off the field for a while.
There are protocols for these things, of course.
Yeah, going to be taken off the field for a while, but it's going to be a free kick to Treasure Beach as they try to get back into this contest. What will they come up with here? Here's the ball inside at the back post, headed across in a dangerous spot. Clark comes out and collects. And well, that's a dangerous back pass, you know. And Morgan able to clear. Dwyer. They need to progress with a little bit more confidence, I think, Treasure Beach. A couple of times they've put Tivoli Gardens on the ropes, but unable to land any punches.
Yeah, intent is very important when it comes on to Treasure Beach. They need to keep the ball and keep it well. Haven't done that there.
Nikolai Fuller with speed. Was always under pressure. And the late challenge came in on him. Clipped him on the ankle. Free kick to Tivoli Gardens. Wasn't necessary, you know. He was always under pressure.
I think they bailed him out, really.
Morris, Garnett, Pennycook now. Search yielding fruit. Does well. Smith has price for company, and all of a sudden the mentality changed. Managed to keep possession, though. In the end, they lost it. Treasure Beach. I find it amazing at times what a presence does on a football pitch.
Yeah, I think it saves him a bit of trouble. I see people always say that, obviously I'm not comparing the talent level, but someone says that Van Dijk would defend with aura. There's a reason why he gained that aura in the first place. And from a strictly fair standpoint, I think Barrington Price has gained that bit of aura as well.
Thompson, by the way, got a yellow card. Not sure exactly the thought process there from Ryan Dwyer. The drums are missing at the start of the second half. Brought a bit of ambience to the first. Don't see the waving flags either over on the far side, but Tivoli looking to get a second here. Simpson. The flag will go up for offside. Clear as day. Nicely done by Tivoli Gardens and done with a through ball. Fuller forced a little bit wider than he wanted. And then just a series of unfortunate circumstances. In the end, unfortunate for Fuller, went out for a goal kick. Pennycook. And now Lewis. Ball over the top for Janelle Ray. Brilliant from Janelle Ray. His first ever goal in the Ray Nephew Jamaica Premier League. And what a finish from the youngster. He has toiled all night. But on this Monday Night Football, Janelle Ray introduces himself and Tivoli Gardens with a 2-0 advantage over Treasure Beach.
Lovely interplay from Tivoli. Great ball over the top from Alton Lewis. And Janelle Ray. Yeah, Morgan couldn't get too much on that. And he said it's his first ever goal. He has been playing for a couple of seasons now, Janelle Ray. It's almost as if he was waiting for the sponsor to change. It's applicable for him now. And Janelle Ray has fired Tivoli Gardens 2-0 ahead over Treasure Beach.
And his first ever goal in the Premier League. Scorer number 30, Jerry.
It even says Jerry.
It does. It surely does. And Treasure Beach, they're rattled. Tivoli Gardens, they have literally stormed them.
Yeah, I think they've started this second half a much crisper unit. Passes look a bit sharper, and Treasure Beach couldn't handle the intensity on that occasion. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see at the very least a couple more good chances from Tivoli as well. Treasure Beach immediately after that goal about to get a substitute involved.
Tariq Melvin is going to be replaced. one of their centre backs, Romario Smith, a holding midfielder himself. I'm not sure if that's going to be a straight replacement or maybe a change in formation. We'll wait and see. Good play around by Tivoli Gardens. Ray again inside the area. Couldn't quite control it. I think he probably got a nick there as well. Challenge coming in from Keno Simpson. Not the finish Shanoy Smith wanted. There will be better days for the Treasure Beach family. But they may be thinking to go into the transfer market. Probably get a bit more experience. Brian. Lewin under pressure. Right. Was fouled.
Justin Dunn pressing relentlessly. Almost paid off. I think it has, regardless. Keno Simpson seeing this one out.
Just looking at this Treasure Beach team. And of course they have a lot of runners. But obviously a team that lacks a little bit of experience. Maybe looking into the transfer market would be a tantalizing scenario for them. They don't have a lot of high expectations. They do expect to stay up, though, in the league. That's what Omar Wedderburn has said. Trying to hold their own against the top six, which is what they're trying tonight. See the late challenge coming in on Lewis. Fuller. Oh. The referee motionless. Maybe that was instigated by Justin Dunn. Right. Sends Smith off. Oh dear. Not the best from Smith on that occasion. And Simpson finding Fuller. Fuller has the space to attack him, or decides to put... Oh, well, this is Fuller that sends the ball inside. It was Morris who had the space to attack and decided against it. Garnett goes through to Morris. Morris with the lift, looking for Dunn. Dunn tripped on the edge of the box. Referee says play on. It comes through to Janelle Ray. Lays it inside. Lewis can't control. And the Treasure Beach, they get out of trouble. for a little while.
Yeah, somehow. Almost seemed as if Tivoli were queuing up. But here comes another wave of pressure. That's going to be halted by Treasure Beach goalkeeper Maury Morgan needing some assistance.
Yes.
And the team needing attacking too.
Yes. Right time for Treasure Beach. And a couple of players will go across to their head coach, Omar Wedderburn. There is Keith Wellington, representing Treasure Beach as well as the parish of St. Elizabeth, I'm sure. The ISA president, the principal of St. Elizabeth Technical High School. I'm sure watching on the SportsMax app. And here's a reminder, download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. Get involved in all the happenings on your home of champions, and it's a lot going on.
Who is the leading scorer for Cavalier in the Caribbean Cup? 1, 2. Name the 3 Jamaican teams that participated in the Caribbean Cup. And the third and final question is...
Play is going to be restarted here with 1 hour gone in this game.
In Suriname. Get those 3 questions right, and 2 tickets are yours from the grandstand.
Pennycook. Ray. Lewis went flying in, and they tried to evade it as much as possible. Justin Dunn cut down. Brian apologizing. That's Romario Bryan, who put in the challenge on Justin Dunn.
The 3 Jamaican teams that participated in this season's Caribbean Cup.
Another opportunity for Tivoli Gardens with Lewis to deliver. It's a good one. The delivery, the header though, wide of the target. Last touch, I believe, came off Richard Brown. Ball set free to Thompson. Keeps it in as Keno Simpson for company. Romario Smith trying to make an impact there. Didn't make a proper connection with the shot. Brown. Garnett. Clearance only as far as Lewis. There's a whistle on the play. There was a late contact there. From Dunn, apparently.
Okay, first question.
Well, it was Ray that was in the way as Brian tried to clear.
She said, Okay, President number 1, she got it correct. The 3 Jamaican team. She's got 2 final question for 2 tickets. One love. What the name of the team?
Brian getting some attention now. The magic spray being applied on the ankle.
She said it, Robin Wood. There you are the ticket. The lucky winner, Robin Wood FC out of Suriname.
He's certainly been active so far in this game. Mario Bryan, always involved.
So, we have the winner of Wednesday's Caribbean Cup finals between Cavalier and Robin Wood. Robin Wood.
Pinnacle, not the most convincing header, but his keeper will mop up. That's a wonderful ball over the top and out wide. And Lewis was looking for a call in his favor, but the hustle from Brian was real. Lewis. They desire more, Tivoli Gardens. Garnett. There's a ball coming inside. As far as Simpson now. Fuller. Back to Pennycook. Out wide to Simpson. He can deliver. A telling ball inside at the back post. Opportunity. And Morris couldn't really guide that goalwards. Play called back. Just got the wind knocked out of him by Pennycook.
If at the very least Treasure Beach know that they have a supporter in that reptile. Seems as if Pennycook picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge as well.
Reptiles unite. Garnett had left it alone, and now his team is in a bit of trouble here. Thompson. I'm not sure where he was going. I'm not sure where he was going there. But obviously in two minds as to what to do with that. The yardage just wasn't there.
There was ever a run that summed up the term ran out of real estate. That was definitely it from Thompson.
Treasure Beach will make a change shortly, but opportunity now for them. Well, Gordon Wright. Can't believe the call went against him. I believe Shanoy Smith is the one who's going to be taken out of the action. Yeah, a hand to the face. Damien Herrera coming on. There's Herrera. Hopeful ball.
Number 11, substitutions completed in the second game.
Price trying to feed Morris. He'll get it again. Ball sent out wide to Janelle Ray. Has Brian for company. Brian gets the better of Ray this time.
Nicholas Clark, I think, just wanted a bit of action there.
Literally, it's 15 seconds of fame. That ball has found its way through to Dunn, who did not have the power in the shot. It all happened so quickly for the number 9. Wasn't at his sharpest, though. Regret. Morris. Lewis ran into trouble. Thompson. Wright. They'll do well not to foul Lewis. And they fouled him.
I was honestly just waiting on it.
He was too.
He's an expert at buying fouls. Or should I say selling them?
That looks like McGregor. Opportunity for Treasure Beach. And this one, the shot is blocked, an opportunity. Straight to the goalkeeper. What an impact that could have been. Damien Herrera inside the box. Couldn't convert. Oh, it's gone through. Done. Janelle Ray didn't get the power behind it. And another whistle goes, and Romario Thompson, the skipper, is going to need some attention. It's now time to go to Janae. She's in the stands. Janae, what do you have for us?
Donald, I am here for the Ray and Nephew fan spirit, but actually today I have some players, so it's Ray and Nephew player spirit. Players from Treasure Beach, they're very excited. They reached out to me to talk today, so tell me, why you're not on the pitch?
I am not registered as yet.
So when you, January?
Yeah, January.
Why are you not playing today?
Today why I'm not playing is because I missed out a couple sessions this week and it come up against me, so that's why I'm not playing tonight.
So why had a mission session, boss?
I was have to deal with something at home, personal issues, and that's come up against me.
So around next week, 2 weeks, we'll see you on the pitch?
Yeah, I think so, probably. Sure.
All right. And boss, over here, tell me, why are you not playing today?
Well, you know, natural cause it's a part of the game why I'm not on the pitch or even on the bench at this time.
And that you tell me a while ago, you know, you told me so the boots couldn't fit you.
Yeah, but I don't know. Can't just come out so plain, but I don't know. The equipment same way cause get a pair for this season, but eventually it failed and we have gears inside of the club, but the size wise.
So when is your time?
Yeah. Whenever the size is in, I know my time.
All right, let's talk about the Treasure Beach game so far. You guys are not on the winning end of this match. What's going wrong with your team?
Well, I think the team must stay focused and play with more confidence. Yeah, because it's never over until the final whistle. So, even if you just wake up and start communicate more and make some better decision making.
So before January, we should be looking to see Treasure Beach winning some matches, right?
Yeah, in the top 6, definitely.
All right, well, they're looking for top 6. Let's see what happens for the rest of the match. Will they score a goal? We don't know, but Donald and Vijay, back to you, we're going to watch the match.
Never over until the 9th.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, she certainly knows how to find some interesting people to interview. Tivoli preparing a substitute.
Odin Pennycook is going to be taken off.
We're going to be seeing Anthony Nelson as well. And Christopher Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews is the one who will be replacing Pennycook.
Goal scorer Janil Ray will be taking his leave as well.
One of the contenders for player of the game, I'd imagine. Janil Ray has really put in a shift.
Yeah, you can see it on him. Hard yards for Janil Ray. So too Pennycook. Treasure Beach and their change. Ferran Messam coming in.
Yeah, just to confirm that Matthews is on for Pennycook. Has to do some defending immediately. Not cleared properly. And Keena Simpson coming away with the possession in the end. Nelson. Yeah, just to confirm that Nelson had come on for Janil Ray, one of the goal scorers. Messam has come on for Lorenzo Lewin. In your opinion, Leger, what do you think Treasure Beach they need to add to stay up this season?
think they need to be a bit more forward thinking first and foremost. It doesn't make sense to, even if they were to add quality players and then want them to sit back a bit. So I think they would need to have a little bit more attacking threat first and foremost, coach that into the team, and then add some players to add into that system.
You think they showed to the Guns a little bit too much respect? Well, here's an opportunity. Thompson does well. Thompson to finish. He does. That's what they needed. Tavar Thompson gets his first goal and makes his mark in the Ray Nephew Jamaica Premier League for Treasure Beach, who are not out of this contest as yet.
You heard their fans say it's not over until it's over. 90 minutes in a football game, and he absolutely sent Barrington Price to the shops. And he made him buy him a nice gift. And he unwrapped it himself. And what was the gift, Donald? A goal. His first goal of the season. And a lifeline was in the gift as well. A lifeline for Treasure Beach in this game.
And now they are trying to come alive once more. Ball over the top. The shot a little bit wayward, kept in by Courtney Wright, but not a teammate in sight there. Now here is Justin Dunn. Dunn knocks it forward. Opportunity here for Timothy Gardens. Can they seal it? Ooh. That could have gone anywhere. But Romario Thompson, the captain, did his job at the back.
Treasure Beach almost conceding immediately.
Hardly a breather, and you'd suspect it'll continue for the rest of this game. End-to-end action. Right. Can't keep that one in play, Brian. See what the Guns will take their time about this. Again, the dink over the top. And Treasure Beach, they put it behind for a corner kick. They were looking for the offside flag to go up. One wasn't forthcoming. Lewis with the corner kick. Again, the ball over the top, looking for the flag to go up, and it does go up against Anthony Nelson on this occasion. Wow. Ball has found its destination. Ferron Messam. Here's a shot from distance, deflected, comes to the Messam! And Clark with the save, moving to his right. Denying another big opportunity for Treasure Beach.
And all of a sudden, he has so much to do, Nicholas Clark. Really good save. Snapshot by Messam. Down to his right. Deflect. Oh, that was goal bound, you know.
It was. They are still in it. Treasure Beach. right to deliver. In swinging corner, headed away. And the whistle goes. A couple of players go down. One of them, Christopher Matthews. And Tavar Thompson, the goal scorer for Treasure Beach, the other. What if they get something out of this game, Treasure Beach? What if? As we take a look at the SportsMax moment of the game. And it's a lovely bit of skill, wasn't it, from Tavar Thompson. Good night, Barrington Price. The finish was wonderful too. Just brilliant to watch. Treasure Beach still in it. SportsMax moment of the game. Wonderful stuff. Will be interesting to see how much time will be added for stoppages at the end of the 90. Here comes Treasure Beach once more. Wasted in the end there. Ryan Dwa knows he can do better. Tivoli Gardens getting ready to make yet another change. Anthony Thompson will come on. He replaces Kevin Garnett. Here's Treasure Beach now, still looking for that equalizer. Ball played out wide. Not the best first touch from Jameson, but it keeps it alive. It's with Wright now. Oh, you could hear the clap from there, the clattering. But nothing else for Matthews. But a free kick for Treasure Beach. The change is going to be made by Tivoli Gardens. In the meantime, Nakil Wright will come on and will replace Howard Morris. Well, taking their time about the change, and you can't blame them, Tivoli Gardens. In the meantime, Treasure Beach, they have a free kick. As Wright goes into position. Here's a shot that's taken! 2-2! There is Treasure on the beach in St. Elizabeth. And what a goal that was! Fired straight in. Wow! From Mario Smith, the super sub tonight. Cracked that one in, and Nicholas Clark had no chance.
You live by the deflection, you die by it as well. He hit it hard. And Nicholas Clark, you can say he was unsighted. He offered no reaction. But we know exactly where a reaction came from. It's from this Treasure Beach unit. And as soon as they got one, they all sniffed an opportunity to get a second. And I don't think we've seen celebrations like that in a long time. And it's well deserved. They've clawed their way back into this one. And in the 90th minute, and with 5 minutes added on, who knows how far they can go.
Is there another twist in the tail? Oh, he's left that alone. And Treasure Beach storming forward now. Price struggling to get there. Thompson can't get by Price on this occasion. And now here is Lewis. They have shown real fight tonight. And the Crocodiles are alive in this one. And now, time for a little reprieve. Romario Smith, by the way, was getting his second goal of the campaign. Treasure Beach is number 13. And what a difference maker, what a super sub. And they are loving it. They traveled this far for purpose. And purpose resided in Smith with that equalizer. What a game. What an addition to this Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League. This team from St. Bess. The team from the Breadbasket Parish has given us a feast tonight. Simpson. Is there more in this game? Simpson does well. Sends it across at the back post. It's put behind. Safety first. Corner kick to Tivoli Gardens. They move quickly. Tivoli looking for yet another lead. Nakil Wright touches it out wide. Dunn. Dunn's ball inside. Brown making a nuisance of himself. The whistle goes eventually.
Waste of a set piece there from Tivoli.
Also on board as a sponsor of the Premier League, Instruction Limited.
Clearance made by Tivoli Gardens. And now they're putting bodies on the line. They're streaming forward. Opportunity here for Nelson. Nelson plays it inside. Here's a chance for Fuller. He's skied it. He cannot believe it. Well, apparently there was a deflection on it. Indeed, there was a deflection on it. Corner kick to Tivoli Gardens. Can they come up with something here in the dying seconds? Fuller's ball is not a bad one. They've got it. It's Lewis. And it's the man from Clarendon that has broken the hearts of Treasure Beach. It's a loot at the Stadium East. And the treasure goes in favor of Tivoli Gardens. And what a time to get your first goal. Alton Lewis on the doorstep has stolen it for Tivoli Gardens at the death, at the death.
They almost threw it away. But just like a team that can find treasure out of nowhere, they recoup their gold. They recoup their goal. And Alton Lewis, he doesn't score many. And since he's come to Tivoli Gardens, he's tend to make them impactful. He always has a say on how the game goes. And he's had a huge say in this one. What a contest.
Well, well, well. And that is the end of the contest. Wonder of wonders. What a dramatic end to this one. Treasure Beach gave their all. But in the end, they've had it stolen by Tivoli Gardens. An absolutely tremendous game here at the National Stadium East Field. We'll remember this rivalry for a while. And who would have thunk it? Who would have thought so? At the beginning, I said that I expected fireworks based on how these two teams play. Treasure Beach finally got out of their shell, came back into this one after going 2 goals down. And then at the very end, Tivoli Gardens sneaking home and getting 3 points. Treasure Beach, you have a bright future, I believe, in this league. If you come up with those types of performances weekly. At the end of it all, Treasure Beach going down by the odd goal in 5. We're here for the full-time highlights. And there were thrills and spills in this one. That was just wide of the mark, Justin Dunn, making everyone aware that he's a danger man. Pennycook's effort deflected and just over the top. Treasure Beach gave what they got as well. That effort though, wide of the mark. And then Ray took that one inside. And the goal for Justin Dunn. Ray had a wonderful game today, you know. Had the assist for that first goal. Jaray Neal. Or Janeel Ray, sorry. And Justin Dunn with his 7th of the season. This match really was exciting. Right from distance, over the top. Needed to have been on target. And then this one coming off the bar. Deflected effort. Treasure Beach kept pressing. That effort just over the top. They hung in there, the spectators all along with them. And then this effort deflected and wide of the mark. And again, it was done in the thick of things for Tivoli Gardens. Then Janil Ray, look at that finish. His first ever goal in the Jamaica Premier League. And really had a wonderful game, did the youngster. Capped it off with a nice jig at the end. Janil Ray, I'm sure his mom is looking and smiling as well. Opportunity. This time, the comeback was on. Tavar Thompson dismissing Barrington Price there. And then putting that one across the line. Nothing Clark could have done with it. That was his first goal of the campaign. Tavar Thompson, the ever dangerous Tavar Thompson, received a hug from his coach as well. And then an opportunity here. The deflection almost. Well, that could have gone anywhere, could it? And then this shot blocked, and then the follow-up producing a fine save from Clark. That was going in. Clark had to dig that one out. And then this, a bit of magic from Romario Smith. Wonderful stuff. They thought they got a point in the 90th minute. Smith getting his first. They were pumped. But one more twist to the tail. Lewis, Alton Lewis getting his first. Stabbing that one home. Right outside the 6-yard box. Unmarked. And he was there to get the winner for Tivoli Gardens, and didn't they deserve it in the end? Wow, what a game. Monday Night Football at its very best. Tivoli Gardens with 16 shots, 6 of which were on target. Half of them went in. Treasure Beach with 7 shots, 5 on target. 16 fouls committed by Treasure Beach, 8 by Tivoli Gardens. And Tivoli Gardens had all the corner kicks in this one, and they had the majority of the possession at 64%. What a game. What a game.
Man of the match, Alton Lewis. You scored that all-important goal at the death. Just describe your emotions at that moment.
First goal for the season. The aim is to score 5 goals for the season and 12 assists. So start off today was a great goal.
And you tend to score very important goals as well from last season carrying into this season. What is your role on the team? I see you bring a lot of experience.
Well, my role on the team is a key role, you know. Team always motivate me and tell me, say, yo, for me, in a game, we have a chance to win the match.
And that's exactly what happened today. You stayed in the game, and then you eventually got that winning goal. Tivoli, they're building something special. You're getting the wins. You're doing much better than last season. What are your expectations for the season?
Well, aim is just finishing at top 6, and we'll take it from there, sir. We have a wonderful coach. We put in the work from training session, so our aim is just finishing at top 6.
All right, excellent goal today, great win. Go on and enjoy it with the team now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was Alton Lewis. Man for the big moments, really. And that was a really big moment, actually. Really good goal. Did excellent work there. Alton Lewis. And Tivoli Gardens, they got that win. And it was a very big win for them, actually. And the team that they beat right at the death. Coach, that's a tough one to take. That's definitely a tough one to take. All the emotion. What happened at the end there? What happened at the end there, Coach?
Well, God, no, you can't even explain. Because come so close, you know, for really get a point. A game like this and get a point, you really set you off on a good feet, you know. But honestly, I'm really proud of the performance from my players. You know, it show that we are not here to give away any 3 points. You have to work for it. And, you know, it's going to be a long drive heading back to country tonight. But, you know, we leave here tonight show that we can play. We leave here tonight show that we can score. We leave here tonight proving that we can keep our spot in the league. And that's our main objective for this year, and we are still on that track, and we're going to maintain on it. We're going to push forward with all we got. So each game we try to improve on it. You know, as I can see, we down 2 goals and we take our time and play and get 1, then we get 2, and it's what it is. We have to give respect to the Tivoli team. The coach is my good friend, you know. I really rate this coach, you know. Whole heap of love to Jerry, boy, but God knows, we don't want to hold him tonight. Yeah, we don't want to hold him tonight, but it's what it is, you know. We're going to push again. Jerry, you get way.
It's funny that Coach Wedderburn is looking a bit more jovial than the winning coach, Coach Jerome Wade. Coach, your team stole it at the end after looking so comfortable for so much of the game. What do you think that your team did wrong to even be in that predicament in the first place?
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to the Tivoli Gardens team. Well tried, Treasure Beach. This game should have been dusted from the first half and also in the second half. The amount of chances that we created, it shouldn't even end up this way. Nevertheless, we have to dig deep, and we end up being winners.
And you know, I'm sure even though that you would have wanted your team to have a more dominant performance in terms of getting the goals early, I'm sure this shows a lot. I asked you before the game what you learned about your team. I'm sure this shows you that they're a fighting bunch and they'll stick around all the way till the very end.
Yes, and this is what you need to see happen in the Tivoli Gardens team. What they did today, no one expected it, and it's good to see they transform themselves in a new generation.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Good win today.
All right.
Well, these are the results in match week 8. Goalless draw between Malines United and Lime Hall, and Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse. Montego Bay United with a 3-2 win over Portmore United. Arnett Gardens 2-0 over Vere United a little bit earlier today. And of course, a classic, an instant classic. Tivoli Gardens 3-2 over Treasure Beach. And with that, Tivoli Gardens, they have moved up to 13 points, 1 behind Arnett Gardens. Tivoli in third, Arnett in second. Mount Pleasant, of course, out in front by 5 points. They are on 19. Portmore United, Waterhouse and Humble Line complete in the top 6. We see Treasure Beach in 11th spot, just ahead of Harborview. Harborview, of course, they have a game in hand. But you can tell, or you should think, that based on the performance of Treasure Beach tonight, well, all indication is that they should be safe this season. But Lime Hall, Malines United in the drop zone at the moment would have their say in that discussion, I'm sure, pretty early in the season still. Instant classic. What a game. Tivoli Gardens 3-2 over Treasure Beach. And the Tivoli Gardens at the very end looting the beach and coming away with the treasure. On behalf of the hard-working production team, my colour analysts, Leger Williams, Janae Robinson, who was in the stands, my producer, Ramon Stewart, director, Michael Edwards. I'm Donald Oliver. It's goodbye from the National Stadium East Field for the final time on this special Monday Night Football.